Hello, my fellow awkward people. My name is Joshua Otero, and this will be my first podcast for awkward people. This segment is actually just going to be just me talking about being socially awkward. That's why this podcast is called Socially Awkward. The reason why I kind of started up this whole podcast video session is really because I know a lot of people personally, as well as I've seen many people online actually just talk about being socially awkward and shy, which usually also touches base on that. I've asked a lot of professionals with trying to help me deal with my social awkwardness, my issue with being social, being introverted, and trying to see if I can help out my fellow introverted and socially awkward people out there. I know a lot of people who seem very much socially awkward, and they don't know how to handle it. And that's usually half the reason why they have a tendency to just clam up and shut in. But they get so jealous or envious, depending on how extreme it is. Sometimes it's the first, sometimes it's the prior, where you don't know how to handle yourself, and you feel so awkward that you start feeling uncomfortable, and then you make other people feel uncomfortable because you're in your head and you're telling yourself that, oh no, I'm making things worse for them, I'm such a bad person, or little things like that. And honestly, I just wanted to address it. I'm going to be trying to reach out to the professionals that I spoke of, and friends of mine, and I'm trying to get other people's opinion online about being socially awkward and that being okay. For those of you who follow me either on Instagram or through my Tumblr or through just my YouTube channel in general, I'm really wanting to reach out to those people to leave comments down below for this particular video. And I want you guys to tell me your stories about, the times that you felt socially awkward. And so I can actually start building up questions to ask some of the people that I know, and even try to touch base with some professionals on see just different ways that they had to deal with being awkward. And if they haven't been awkward, how did they feel in front of people who were indeed awkward? I myself am socially awkward. I can name numerous times where I was so incredibly awkward that I ended up missing a lot of opportunities because of that. And because I was so socially awkward, I was so in my head thinking that, the world's going to end because I can't talk to this person, or I can't talk properly, or I can't say what I want to say because I'm thinking about how I'm looking, how I'm talking, how I'm it gets to a point where I think I'm overreacting, I'm underreacting, or I'm not even just getting to the point to where I'm just wanting to express myself properly. And but the whole thing about everyone saying how confidence is key, it is. And sometimes, and this is one of the reasons why I want to kind of preach where it's just like, it's okay to be socially awkward. You have to own it. Essentially, this is just from what I'm learning so far. I'm socially awkward. I mean, if you're socially awkward, call out the elephant in the room and just state exactly, it's like, it's like, I'm gonna make this so awkward right now, but and then just let it go. Just say it or just do it. And it now, if it's like something that's, which of course you're gonna worry your brains out about whether you're gonna make other people feel awkward. So yes, certain situations it's gonna be an awkward thing. Like if you start talking about like subjects like sex or touch base on political things out of nowhere, or and just things that just naturally make people feel uncomfortable. And that's the problem with a lot of social awkward people, is they don't know how to read the room. They don't know how to read a situation. And that's where being observant is very key. Now, people just straight up start asking you opinions or asking you for your opinion. Honestly, just work with it. And, I have a tendency to apologize if it comes off that way, because I don't know. I don't know how people are, and that's the whole thing is I can't tell how they're going to react to me, because some people, I haven't heard this, but I've been told once, that I come off as arrogant, which I was not my intention in the least bit. Other times, I come off as too shy, or even to some point where it's just like my silence or my reserved countenance, or my presence equals oh, I'm too good to talk to them, and that's not it at all. And I want to let those people who are socially awkward to know that it's okay to be quiet. It's be you. Just I'm putting myself out here, and I remember the first couple of times I felt socially awkward to even record myself, because I don't like feeling weird about things. But at the same time, if I don't put myself out there, how am I gonna show that I can do the things that I can do? I mean, that's the whole, for me being an illustrator, I have to put myself out there. And to put myself out there means that I'm gonna actually have to get out of my comfort zone and speak up. And if someone asks me my opinion, I'm just going to give it to them. I mean, there's no way around it. Since I'm trying to get into the animation industry, and I've been illustrating for a bit now, it's the entire art community is a social hub, and half the time that's actually how they get hired is word of mouth, and showing off your artwork, and they share it, and then want to check to see if you're a sociable person, so people can actually work with you. But that's on the business side. But I'm here to talk about the social awkward portion. And honestly, even getting job interviews, social awkwardness really runs through even to that point, which makes it difficult for people who are socially awkward to actually do a decent job at interviewing at times. And that's where you have to know who you are as a worker, as a person, and know your strengths and know your weaknesses. Now, being socially awkward means that your social skills are not refined, which means that obviously being socially awkward, that comes with the territory, and that's a thing you actually have to choose to work on. If you choose to not work on yourself and you're just going to accept being socially awkward, then you're going to have to come up with other hurdles, come up with other solutions to overcome those hurdles. Like I am currently, I'm still trying to figure out as a socially awkward person how to use different words, because I have a tendency of using certain words that my verbiage, it can be triggering. I mean, I don't want to use that term lightly, but triggering to some people, to where it's just like they get offended because of how I say things. Like my way of saying things is different than most people say. I don't say change. I usually say edit, just because I'm always on the computer half the time. So it's just like, oh, I got to change this, or I got to edit this. It's like I'm making it a point to actually tackle it. So yeah, this is actually going to be a series. Getting back to the factor of getting all this started, this is going to be a series that I plan to continue on. And again, I want anyone who's watching this to, leave a comment. Tell me of any experiences you had, or any issues you have in dealing with social anxiety, and or maybe even questions of things you want to tackle in dealing with social anxiety, or how to overcome things, or little tips and tricks. And I'll do what I can to try to figure that out, because not many people out there try to actually help out the social awkward people in the world, because I know there are plenty, and I just want to reach out and just start this little thing to help out not just artists, but other people out there as well, so then they can actually try to gain a little bit of confidence in themselves to actually be a better person, or be the person that they want to be. So thanks very much for listening to me, and I hope to see the comments soon, and I really hope to create more art, and not be as socially awkward. So with that, here's to social awkwardness. Own it. Bye.